Parents, what threat did you eliminate? Our neighborhood was perfect for kids. Quiet streets, friendly families, and plenty of space for bikes and soccer. But then, this teenager moved in 3 houses down from us. His name was Dylan, and he drove like he was in some action movie. Every single day, this kid would speed down our street like it was the freaking highway. We're talking a 25 mph zone, and he's doing at least 50. At first, we tried being nice about it. My neighbor Janet walked over to his house and politely asked his mom if Dylan could slow down. His mom literally laughed and said, "Boys will be boys." When another dad, Mike, mentioned it at the mailbox, Dylan's dad got defensive and said his son was a great driver. The problem got worse. Dylan would peel out of his driveway, music blasting, racing down our street like he owned it. Kids had to sprint to the sidewalk when they heard his engine coming. Parents started walking their kids to the bus stop instead of letting them go alone. Then came the day that changed everything. My 6-year-old daughter Emma was playing soccer in our front yard with her friends. The ball rolled into the street, and she ran after it without thinking. That's when Dylan came flying around the corner. I watched my daughter jump back onto the sidewalk just as his car whooshed past. He was going so fast that the wind from his car knocked her down. She wasn't hurt, but she was crying and shaking. I was furious. I marched over to Dylan's house and rang the doorbell. His dad answered, and when I explained what happened, he shrugged and said, "Accidents happen." When I asked if they could talk to Dylan about slowing down, his mom appeared and said maybe I should teach my kid to be more careful. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something had to be done before a kid got seriously hurt, or worse. I called Mike and Janet, plus 2 other parents from our street. We met at the coffee shop downtown and came up with a plan. We weren't going to yell or argue anymore. We were going to get proof. We each bought cheap radar guns online for like $30 each. Over the next 2 weeks, we took turns hiding behind trees and cars, recording Dylan's speed every time he drove past. The results were insane. On Tuesday, he hit 55 mph. On Friday, 52 mph. Always during the times kids were outside playing. We documented everything. Times, dates, speeds, even took videos with our phones showing the radar readings. We had a whole file of evidence. The next homeowners meeting was in 3 weeks. Perfect timing. When the floor opened for neighborhood concerns, I stood up with our folder of proof. I calmly presented every single piece of evidence we'd collected. Dylan's parents were there, and they started making excuses again. His dad said radar guns aren't accurate. His mom said we were targeting their family. But other parents started speaking up, sharing their own stories about close calls with Dylan's driving. The homeowners association said they'd look into it, but I knew that meant nothing would happen. So we tried something else. My wife works in social media, and she helped us create a simple video showing our radar gun footage with timestamps. We posted it on our neighborhood Facebook page with the caption asking for increased police patrol for child safety.